most of what we're going to cover today is stuff about your photographs and things like that, but it's especially because there are people who can't be here next week and people who like were here last week and aren't here this week. Feel free to ask other questions for other topics, and I'm happy to address those. So it's not like you're only going to be covering stuff about the photographs. But and it's too funny because Michelle, with your being here this week, I know you do photography, professional photographer. So I was like, when you emailed me that, I'm like, well, she'll have comments and feedback with that too. One of the things about, and I just like have friends who are photographers. There are different looks and feels to each photographer's work. And when you're working with a professional photographer, it's one where don't just pick, oh hey, I have a friend who's a professional photographer, I'll use them. Take a look at their portfolio, and most photographers have portfolios online these days. They have a lot of their work is online, you can see it. The main thing to look for is, one, look for people who are same gender as you, maybe at least same coloring as you, can't always get it, and look to see how those people look. And there are a couple of things with that. So there's some photographers kind of around here, if I'm at their photography site, as opposed to like internet dating photography site, then a lot of their portfolio is geared for family portraits or weddings. Look at both and start to get a feel for, as a photographer, part of what they're trying to do for a wedding or a family portrait is they're always trying to be what I would describe as like a touch stylistic or artsy, and that's good for that medium. Then drill into more of their wedding albums and look at the photos of the groups. It's not necessarily going to be every single photo. It's just kind of scan and look for, there are a couple of photos where you can like see the person and see how their style, does it resonate with you? Because what you want with internet dating profile photos is that first couple of photos or so, the ones that show, when you do a search, it's called an avatar, or thumbnail. The one that shows in like the list, you've got your profile name, your like might be a little description or a few key attributes, and that photo, that's the photo that I really want is done by a professional photographer. I want you looking your best. Around here, I mean, it's like almost laughable in terms of, because LA, it's like, you know, my sister in New York, one of my siblings is actually an actress. Too many of the movies, you know, that joke about, you know, waiter, actor, you know, waiter, model, actor, you know, or things like that for what your job is. It is more part of the culture around here that a lot of people do already have a relationship with a professional photographer. Maybe they've had, you know, maybe they modeled even just for a while in college or something like that. They've worked with photographers before. In particular, for internet dating, what you are going for is somewhere between a lot of like the high school portraits that you have for your yearbook. They have that like that blue background kind of thing, fake sky or something like that. You want kind of almost that look of like it's a headshot, it's from around here up. You don't want that background. What you want is where it is, and they have things they can do. It's like, I know it's like preaching to a choir. You know, if there's stuff they can do with the background, you just want it to nicely frame you. Some photographers will work with you outdoors and just kind of talk with them, typically when you're phoning in and scheduling for your appointment for, I'm interested in doing a little time in your studio, and could we spend like half that time outdoors? You know, is there a park? Is there even just like a grotto of trees or anything near your office, so it wouldn't be, you know, a whole separate photo session?